In this video, I'll chat about the ambiguous case briefly, but if you really want full details, you'll have to find another video to see that. So I mentioned it earlier, but when we have side-side angle, there could be some issues that happen, okay? Basically, when we have a side-side angle case, we could have 0 answers for our triangle. We could have 1 answer for our triangle, or we could have 2. And again, I'm not going to go into details, but basically sometimes you look here, we've got triangle XYZ. I'm going to go ahead and just sketch a triangle XYZ, little x, little y, little z. We know that little x is 23.5. We know little y is 9.8. And we know the angle here is 39.7. And if you zoom in, if you think about this, do you see how we have a side here, and the angle here? That's why we call this side-side angle. Okay, so this is an ambiguous case. We're still going to just treat it kind of as normal, if I can say that. We're going to set up our law of sines. Now, instead of a, b, and c, we're using x, y, and z. So I'm going to take x over sine x equals y over sine y. And if you look, you see we do have x and sine of x. And we have y. We don't have sine of y. So this is going to allow me to solve for my angle y here. And so x is 23.5. The angle x is 39.7. Oh, I should mention, make sure your calculator's in degree mode. That will change your answers if it's not. We've got 9.8 over sine of y. We're going to cross multiply and divide. When I do that, I'm going to get sine y is equal to 0.2664. And then if you're in degree mode and you do the inverse sine, you're going to find that your y value is 15.4 degrees. And from here, you can just basically solve the rest of the triangle. If you were going to really tackle the ambiguous case, you would look for a second solution here. But I'm gonna leave that for now. Okay? So let's just keep solving here. We've got y now. Since we know y, we can find angle z. I should have really asked you, what should we do next? If we know y, then we know z is going to be 180 minus that. So angle z, 180 minus x, angle x, minus angle y. And when I do that, I find that angle z is 124.9 degrees. And so now it's just a matter of finding little z. How are we going to find little z? Hopefully you're planning to use the law of sines. We've got 23.5 over the sine of 39.7. That's still using x there. And now I want to use z. I don't know little z, and I want to find the sine of 124.9. Cross multiply and divide. We get z equals 23.5 times sine of 124.9. Divide that by sine of 39.7, and we're almost done. When we do that, we find that z is equal to 30.2. And we have now solved the triangle. We have 3 angles, 3 sides, so we are set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to answer them.